everyone, it's me Jasmine again and welcome to the best day of my life. Yes, I am back in my room. I have not made a video here for a while now, right? In today's video, I wanted to explain something that I've talked about in like snippets and pieces, but I have never told you guys the full story, and that is Bread Lady. If you are a veteran in Lighthizer, then you probably already know a little bit more about Bread Lady. In today's video, I wanted to break down what makes Bread Lady and why I call her Bread Lady. I wanted to make this video for such a long time, but I didn't know how to do it. Like, should I make a skit? But I was thinking if I made a skit, then you guys would think that I changed things so it can be more humorous, but that's not the case. Like, everything that I'm going to say in this video is precisely what has happened. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys why I love Bread Lady so much and why she is Bread Lady. So let's get into it, shall we? Bread Lady is one of my private English Japanese students here in Japan. She's about 80 years old and she's a doctor. She has her own practice here in Japan. She loves to travel. Whenever she can get at least 3 days off from work, she will fly to Europe and just like explore around. One time she was explaining to me all of the places that she had been to. So she was telling me she had gone to the US and Europe and Asia. And I remember I asked her, have you ever been to Africa? And this was so priceless, so funny. Her reaction, she like clutched her neck, like clutching her pearls. But she clutched her neck and she's just like, no. And I'm just like, why have you never been to Africa? And she's just like, because of the Muslims. Your next question may be, Jasmine, why do you call her Bread Lady? Well, Bread Lady has gone to the US many times. Her daughter used to live in the US and she's gone to Europe. She goes to Europe like a few times a month. With all of this experience, she still is under the notion that Americans eat as much bread as Japanese people eat rice. Every time I see her, she force feeds me so many types of bread and she always gives me loaves of bread to take home. This would be great if I actually ate a lot of bread, but I don't. So I usually just have a whole lot of bread at home and I try to give them away, but like oftentimes it just goes bad. I don't even know any other American that eats that much bread, so I have no idea where she got that notion from. I have told her so many times that Americans don't eat that much bread as Japanese people eat rice. And she says, okay, it seems like she understands, but the moment I'm leaving, she says, oh, don't forget your bread. Or when I come back for her next lesson, it's the same thing over and over. Like, there's more bread, there's different types of bread. Raisin bread, croissants, cakes, hot dogs, pizza, anything with the bread she gets. And it's always from like the supermarket, from like the bread part of the supermarket. Moving on, let's talk about our lessons. So I have a lesson with her about 2 times a month in her practice. So usually when I get there, it's like the evening time and she's finishing up with a few patients. So there are usually like 2 to 3 patients still in her office. And usually she's about finished and the receptionist is handling them. But every single time I come, it's like a different patient and she always introduces me to her patients. And she always says the same thing about how we met, which, long story short, she met me when I was teaching someone else in a cafe. She waited for 2 full hours just like staring at me giving a lesson to someone else. And then after the lesson, she like bombarded me. But yeah, she always tells them about like how we met. And then she always says that I'm like Obama. She's just like, oh, Obama point. Like, I'm like Obama. I guess that's a compliment. Our lessons usually consist of everything that she loves to do. So she loves reading books, knitting, and recently she gets so energetic and so lively when it comes to the concept of teaching me Japanese. So recently she's even started like ending our lesson earlier so she can leave time to teach me Japanese. I'll explain that later on in this video. During the entire 1.5 hour lesson, she is consistently just getting up and going to the kitchen and bringing me more bread. That's all she's doing. She just keeps getting up, going to the kitchen, bring me more bread that I didn't even finish the bread, but she keeps giving me more bread. And then she gives me like tea and coffee. And then she always asks me, before she gives it to me, she gets up and she says, do you want bread? And I'm just like, no, thank you. Okay. And then she like goes and she comes and brings me bread. Do you want tea? And I'm like, oh, no, thank you. I'm okay. Okay. And then she gets up and she goes and brings me tea. And just like I told her that Americans don't really eat bread that much as Japanese people eat rice. I have told her that no thank you. I told her one day that no thank you means no. When I told her this, she said, oh, I remember, I know. She said one of her, like when she was first learning English, like in a lesson when she was younger, that was one of the first things that she learned. She said, yes, please, no thank you. She said, that's polite English. I'm like, yes, that's polite English. So you understand what no thank you means, right? She's like, yes. And then she like got up again. She's just like, do you want raisin bread? No, thank you. Okay. And then she like left and she came back with raisin bread. I'm just like, so like, where is the miscommunication? I don't get it. So let's talk about why I love Bread Lady so much. Bread Lady causes me many inconveniences. I don't understand how she got to her logic oftentimes. And sometimes I'm a little bit concerned for her well-being, but she is so flipping cute that I feel like I cannot do anything. So let's start with logic. So one day we were having a lesson and she was talking about the books that she had bought in Austria because she had just come back from Austria. And she got up for the 100th time to go get the books that to show me the books that she had bought in Austria. And she came back with these brand new books, but I noticed something strange about the books. All of the books were missing huge chunks of pages, and she was so engrossed in what she was telling me, so it was kind of difficult to interject and ask her, like, why are these books missing so many pages if they're new? But finally I got, like, she paused for like a quick second because she was trying to think of a word in English. So I quickly asked her, just like, why are these books missing so many pages? And I don't know if you guys can guess her answer. You should pause this video and write in the comment section, why do you think all of these books were missing so many pages? I'll wait. I'll wait. Okay, are you finished? I hope you paused this video. So, like, I asked her, why are these books missing so many pages? And her response was like so matter-of-factly. She's just like, oh, I finished reading those pages. I don't need them anymore. And then she just kept talking about what we were talking about before. And I started thinking, like, wait a minute. The way she said it, it was like so like obvious to her. I'm just like, do other people do this? Is this normal? Am I doing books wrong? Like, no, people don't do that, right? That's not normal. Like, books are meant to be reread, right? Like, you don't just tear out a page because you're finished reading with it. And then I asked her again just to make sure, like, for clarification. And she said it again. She's just like, I finished reading those pages. The books are heavy. So I'm just like, okay, like that, I guess that makes sense. Like, if the books are heavy, like, of course, rip the pages out, I guess. Next, let me explain to you why I'm a little bit concerned for her well-being. So usually when I go to her, she's always reading me these bread products and all of these like kind of like junk food, these like snacks, sweet snacks and everything. So one day I was thinking, like, this can't be healthy. I wonder if she eats this all the time by herself. I wonder if she has a doctor. So one day I asked her, Bread Lady, and no, I don't call her Bread Lady to her face. Bread Lady, do you have a doctor? Yes, I am a doctor. No, do you go to a doctor? Yes, I am a doctor. No, if you're sick, do you go to a doctor? If I'm sick, I give myself medicine. I am a doctor. I don't know if many doctors do that, but I don't know if that's the best option. If you know someone who's a doctor and they are their own doctor, please let me know in the comment section below, because this one I'm like kind of concerned. The other thing is that she usually keeps rubber bands around her fingers, and her fingers get so fat. So the fingers where she has rubber bands around, they get so fat, and I think it's because her blood can't circulate, right? So I have told her repeatedly, like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's good. And sometimes I just remove them from her fingers, but recently it's so cute. When I come into her practice, I can see her in the back. As soon as she sees me, she starts taking the rubber bands off her fingers. She's so cute, guys. Next, let's talk about inconveniences. So she has done quite a few things that has inconvenienced me. Aside from just like every time she tries to show me how to knit, she always almost pokes my eyes out. But aside from that, most of her inconveniences are just things that kind of set me back just a little bit or is kind of embarrassing. I have too many accounts to tell you guys, but today I just wanted to share just a few. Let's start with teaching me Japanese. So earlier this year, I was studying for the JLPT, and and she got so excited when I told her about the Japanese test. She like wanted to teach me Japanese so badly, and she already speaks to me sometimes in Japanese because she wants me to improve. And sometimes like after our lesson, sometimes during our lesson, she turns on the TV and she'll like try to explain to me what they're saying, or she tries to explain the kanji on the TV. Yeah, anyway, during the time of the JLPT, before the JLPT, I had bought a new study book, and she got so excited. She said, okay, let me teach you Japanese. So I show her my book, and she takes my book, and this is her version of teaching me Japanese. Kaze o hita no ka, netsu poi shi karada ga nani nani. 1番、みっともない。2番、厄介だ。3番、だるい。4番、だらしない。Answer. What answer? ちょっとわかりませんけど、多分2番ですか? No, answer's number 3. Number 3, okay? Answer's number 3. Next question. 京都へは... Wait, what was number 3? The answer was number 3. No, what was number 3? Yes, answer number 3. No, what was the word for number 3? So that's pretty much how she helps me when it comes to teaching me Japanese for the JLPT. She also took my book, and she said that my book was perfect for studying English. And she wrote down, I don't know if you guys can see, but she wrote down like all of the Japanese words in English, I guess. Yeah, I didn't want anyone to write in this book. But it's just like, what can you do? Another inconvenience is recently I was trying to show her Audible, and no, Audible is not sponsoring this video, but I was trying to show her how I use Audible. Audible is just like an app through Amazon. I think it's with Amazon, and it's an app where you can listen to audiobooks. Chapter 18. Like this. Oops. Anyway, so I was trying to show her the Audible app, and she lost the chapter where I was on. She was just like clicking. I don't know if you guys can see the app, but she was just like clicking through my app, and she lost the chapter that I was on in my book in Audible. By the way, the book that I was listening to was The Snowball by Warren Buffett. I don't know if you guys know, but it's 972 pages. And on Audible, it has 65 chapters. I had no idea where to continue listening, so I had to just keep like scrolling around. That was really inconvenient. Another time recently, I was trying to explain to her text talk, like English text talk. So I was explaining to her like TTYL and BRB. And so she was understanding what I was saying, but I wanted to show her a real example. So I pulled up the latest conversation that I was having with a friend. And in that message, we were talking kind of like, it was adult content, but I didn't show her that. I did not show that to Bread Lady. I only showed her the very end of the message where we were saying goodbye and my friend was saying like BRB and all that stuff, right? Bread Lady took my phone, she scrolls up, and she proceeds to read out loud our conversation. You have to remember that I teach her in her practice, so there were patients there. She had already introduced me to the patients, and one of the patients had lived in the US for a while, so I don't know if she understood, but Lord oh God, like I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed, and I will not be showing her any of my personal messages ever again. Anyway, I'm telling you guys all of this because I'm going to see Bread Lady tonight. I'm really excited because she is such a lovely human being. She's so quirky, she's so much fun, she's so kind, and I guess like I'm Obama in her eyes, but like I love her so much, and I am so excited to see her tonight. And now you guys know what I have in store for me tonight. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again next time. Please do not forget to hit that bell notification to know every time I upload a video, and follow me on Instagram for frequent updates, and like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye!